Good day to you all, audience, and I welcome you all to day 20 of the show Too Long Didn't Scroll, available on platforms like YouTube, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and more, the links to which you can find in the description. TLDS's aim is to give you the opportunity to get your daily news fix in a quick and listenable format, as opposed to endless scrolling through your newsfeed. Find out what happened on any day from January 20th, 2023 and onwards by scrolling back and forth through the catalog. So, we begin the events of February 8th, 2023, centering in on the country of Ukraine, which has been continually struggling against the Russian invasion since February of 2022. Ever since the invasion, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has very rarely left the country, in an effort to stay among and express a sense of solidarity with the Ukrainian populace and military, with one recent such visit being one to the United States of America back in December of 2022, where he met with American President Joe Biden for a joint session of Congress, during which U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced $1.85 billion worth of aid to Ukraine. As of today, Zelenskyy has made the second publicized international trip to a different country, including the countries of France, where he dined with French President Emmanuel Macron and German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, during which the latter two continued assuring Ukraine of their support, while Zelenskyy pressed for more advanced arms. Zelenskyy also visited the country of the United Kingdom and met with British leaders such as Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, the British members of Parliament, and King Charles III, during which a particular talking point concerning securing additional fighter planes to Ukraine emerged. Zelenskyy was expected to have continued his trip with a visit to the Belgian capital of Brussels for an address to the European Parliament concerning Ukrainian membership in the European Union. We now head on over to the francophone province of Quebec in the country of Canada, where a major incident has occurred in the form of a severe bus crash into a local daycare in the city of Laval. A bus owned by the Société de Transport de Laval had appeared to have lost control and smashed into the daycare, killing 2 children and injuring 6 others. The driver was swiftly arrested afterwards and charged with homicide and dangerous driving, as people across Laval paid their respects in the form of flower bouquets and stuffed animals. Meanwhile, in the country of South Korea, the fallout of the fatal crowd crush in Seoul back on Halloween of 2022 still affects the nation, the crush having claimed the lives of over 159 people and injuring nearly 200. The incident was blamed on the lack of safety precautions and was the deadliest disaster in the country since the sinking of the MV Seoul in 2014. As of today, the incumbent Minister of the Interior and Safety, Lee Sang-min, was impeached for accusations of being responsible for failures in disaster and safety planning that led to the crush. Lee has now been suspended from his ministerial duties and is now at the mercy of a ruling within 180 days by the country's constitutional court, ordered to remove him from his position entirely. He is the first South Korean cabinet minister to have been slated for impeachment. In other news, in the wake of one of the largest business acquisitions in history concerning the potential purchase of gaming company Activision Blizzard by Microsoft, worth over $60 billion, the UK Competition and Markets Authority has stated that such an acquisition will lead to a major loss in competition in the gaming industry. The Supreme Court of Nigeria has postponed demonetizing the country's banknotes in the wake of a lack of supply of the redesigned ones, and Polish Belarusian activist and journalist Andrzej Poczobut to 8 years in prison due to his criticism of Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko.